Hello guys, meet again with Qinima Sports. The big world boxing fight that has been waited for so long certainly has generated tremendous enthusiasm. The controversial decision is one of the saddest things in boxing, because we have to accept a result that is beyond our expectations. Of course, this moment will always be remembered by world boxing fans. These are the 10 most controversial decisions in the history of world boxing. But before we continue, don't forget to subscribe and hit the bell, so you don't miss any updates from Qinima. Mike Tyson vs. Donovan Ruddock 1. Mike Tyson vs. Donovan Ruddock 1 was billed as the fight of the year, which was a fight for the top 2 rankings for the WBC, WBA and IBF, which at that time, Evander Holyfield was the belt holder. This is a 12-round eliminator fight, and the winner will be the mandatory challenger for the crown that Holyfield holds. What made the referee's decision controversial was when the 7th round, 1 minute left, Tyson hit Ruddock with a combination of 6 strokes. Although Ruddock was still standing and seemed to be able to continue the fight, referee Steele stepped in and stopped the fight. Mike Tyson was declared victorious via technical knockout, which angered Ruddock's team, and stormed referee Steele in the ring. Holyfield vs. Lennox Lewis 1. Evander Holyfield vs. Lennox Lewis 1, billed as undisputed, took place on March 12, 1999, to compete for the WBA, WBC, and IBF heavyweight belts. The draw was the cause of the controversial decision. That's because Lewis, who has a higher score according to observers, but the fight was declared a split draw by the judges. The 3 judges were Stanley Christodoulou with 116-113 for Lewis, Eugenia Williams 115-113 for Holyfield, Larry O'Connell with 115-115 in a draw, and the lead referee was Arthur Mercante. Most of the blame fell on Eugenia, who had won Holyfield, and some blamed Larry O'Connell for scoring the draw. The sanctioning body then immediately ordered a rematch, which was agreed to by both boxers 2 weeks after their first bout. Sugar Ray Leonard vs. Tommy Hearns. The showdown is the theme of the battle between Sugar Ray Leonard vs. Thomas Hearns, which took place on September 16, 1981, to compete for the WBA, WBC, and the ring welterweight belts. In the fight, Leonard, who fell twice and almost fell in the 7th round, but was able to shake Hearns in the 5th round, and fought hard in the 15th round to hunt for a knockout. Again, the result was a draw with 113-112 points for Leonard, 113-112 for Hearns, and 112-112 in a draw. Controversy on points in the 6th and 7th rounds when Leonard dominated and injured Hearns. The 3 judges gave Leonard 2 rounds by a 10-9 difference that should have been 10-8. It was a new 10-point scoring system adopted by the Nevada Athletic Commission for all of its approved bouts. Oscar De La Hoya vs. Pernell Whitaker.
That's his history. He's right in front of you.
Billed as pound for pound, the fight between Oscar De La Hoya vs. Pernell Whitaker was destined for the WBC Welterweight Championship, which took place on April 12, 1997. This was one of the most controversial decisions of the 1990s. In the fight, De La Hoya had a unanimous decision victory, but most observers and sports writers feel that Whitaker won the fight. Whitaker, who beat De La Hoya with 232 strokes, while De La Hoya only 191. Whitaker also scored a single knockdown in the 9th round, but De La Hoya had an advantage of 146 powerful strokes, compared to Whitaker, who only 72 powerful strokes. Oscar De La Hoya then ruled the throne for 2 years, which ended when he was defeated by Felix Trinidad, by a majority decision, which was also controversial.
In the final 30 seconds, they'll both open up.
Major problem concerning Roy Jones. Keeps that left.
Park Si-hun vs. Roy Jones Jr. Over 3 decades, the most controversial boxing fight in Olympic history between Roy Jones Jr. vs. Park Si-hun goes on. Park Si-hun is hoping to carve his name into the history books by winning Olympic gold, when he faces off against 19-year-old American Roy Jones Jr. Jones was able to land 86 strokes, while Park Si-hun only hit 32, while Park Si-hun also received 8 counts and 2 warnings from the referee. NBC's hit recorder at the time declared 23-30-15 and 64-14 for Jones. Even though Jones completely outperformed his opponent, the boxing world was utterly disillusioned and disgusted to date. That's because Jones must be willing to lift his opponent's hand when the fight is over. Jones was beaten 3-2 on the judges' scorecard. When it was announced, Park was clearly embarrassed by the decision.
The halfway mark of this 3rd round, and Park Si-hun joined him in the record books. 30 seconds remaining in the fight. Now Park do it. It is all over. Roy Si-hun will be. Well, there it is. Si-hun has stolen the belt.
Like I said, there's nothing I can do about that, you know. I think I go home,